Hey everyone, welcome back to Collecting Nolan. This is Russ, and today's another Sensational Set Sunday. Today we're going to be talking about the 1992 Barry Colla set. So let's go ahead and get started. So Barry Colla was basically a freelance sports photographer, and I'm doing this set because, despite it being in the junk wax era, I don't know if a lot of people know about this set. It was distributed in these boxes here, at least the the set of 12 cards that I'm going to show today was distributed in this type of box. And it was printed in, a run of like 25,000. So it's not rare in any means. And the set's not expensive at all. I've seen it on eBay for like $7 or something close to that. But that's not the point. The point is like some of the photography in this set is pretty awesome, I think. And also, the PSA popular reports on these cards is rather low, which might mean that these cards aren't worth grading. But again, I'm not for or against grading. I think everybody does collecting in their own way, and I do see the value of like encapsulating your card so nothing can happen to it and things like that. And also just like as a record of, this is a better copy of a card versus this is a poor copy of the card. That's fine. I don't have a problem with that. I buy graded cards. I have not ever submitted anything to PSA or any other grading company, but I'm not against it. But I just thought it was kind of weird because despite it being a junk wax era set, there's just not a lot in the PSA records for it. And I don't know about the SGC population or anything like that, but I just want to take the cards for them as themselves, meaning I want to show the cards because I think they're cool, and that's pretty much the bottom line. But anyway, a little bit about Barry Colla. So he was born in 1948, June 23rd, and he started, I think he ended up being a freelance sports photographer, like I said before, but he was hired by Mother's Cookies in 1983, which if you're a Nolan collector or any type of card collector, there's a lot of Mother's Cookies baseball cards out there, especially of Nolan Ryan. And I don't know about the distribution of Mother's Cookies. I am not, I don't think have any Mother's Cookies up here in Pennsylvania, in the Pittsburgh area at least. I've never seen them. And that's kind of the same with the Barry Colla stuff. It's not like a set that I remember seeing as a kid, so I don't know if it was like a regional distribution or not. But he did start in 1983 with Mother's Cookies, but he also made a number of postcards from 1983 on into the 90s. And most of those 83 and earlier postcards involved the San Francisco Giants. And then later on in his career, I guess in the 1989, 1987 to 1990 range, he made, on top of postcards, he also made a number of baseball cards. But many of the baseball cards weren't of individual players. They were just either like an all-star set or they were of a team, like the New York Mets mostly. But in 1992, well, let me back up. In 1999, I gotta use my cheat sheet here, guys, because I can't remember everything that I recorded. But in 1989, he made postcard sets for a number of players, including Andre Dawson, Don Mattingly, Jose Canseco, Kevin Mitchell, Mark McGwire, Mike Greenawalt, Ozzie Smith, and Will Clark. And before that, in 1987, his first like player-specific card set was Mark McGwire for his rookie year, which I thought was pretty cool. And while I was researching Barry Colla here, I looked at some of those cards up on the TCDB database, and Mark McGwire's cards are pretty awesome. Like you just find some pictures in there that you wouldn't necessarily see, like from the Topps or Donruss collections. So I just think these cards bring a lot to the table as far as uniqueness and just the quality of photography. So I'm just going to go ahead and get started showing them. But 1992 was the year he started, and on top of Nolan Ryan, he also made cards for Frank Thomas, Jeff Bagwell, Mark McGwire, again, Roberto Alomar, Steve Avery, and Tony Gwynn. But the Nolan Ryan set was a 12-card set. Like I said before, you could buy it in these boxes. But here is the first card here. See if I can get the glare off of it. So nice, and these are all Rangers cards. So that's the back, and you can see it has a print run. Here's like 5,124, if I can read backwards on there, out of 25,000. And it's a licensed product, so PSA will grade these cards. But again, like I was saying, it's pretty low population, like between 30 and 40 PSA total for each card. So, here's the second card. So, you don't see these photos too often. Like, these are just out of your common cards that you're used to seeing in Nolan, and that's kind of like why I like these like oddball, quote unquote oddball sets. Here's more of a traditional photo of Nolan throwing one there, but the cards are crisp. They really don't have a border to them, so they kind of remind me of like the flares and all that stuff of that era, or even like the Top Stadium Club, And they have like little cartoons on the back. So it says here on the back, and some of the notes, it just has like little facts about Nolan. So it says here, playing in 1992, Nolan's 26th season will tie him with Deacon McGuire from 1884 to 1912 and Tommy John, 1963 to 1989, for the most seasons played in Major League history. So Nolan, I guess that's another record he broke, was when he played in his 27th season. So there's that card. For the fourth card, it's just a really nice close-up of Nolan winding up, getting ready to deliver there. And then one of him stretching here, getting ready. I don't know, have you guys ever seen these before? Because I just thought they were a unique set that I'd share. But this photo actually looks pretty familiar. I think Stadium Club has one that's similar, and Leaf has one that's similar on their cards. And I'm not sure how like photographs are shared between companies or freelance photographers. I don't know if I'm surmising that Barry or one of his colleagues took this photo, and then maybe other other companies use that photo for their cards. But if anyone knows, that would be cool to know. And then here is the seventh card. And the card design itself is pretty simplistic. It just has like a diamond up here with 1992 Barry Colla, and then his name down here on every card, without a border. So, but to me, like I like simple, like more simple cards, unless they're sparkly. I also enjoy the sparkly cards too. But I like the ones without borders, because I don't know. I just prefer them. I don't know. I don't really have a good reason why. I mean, I like all of Nolan's cards, but you know what I mean. Here's one where he's either being taken off the mound, or he's coming off the mound, or he's going out to the mound. I'm not sure. And then for his ninth card here, shows him tossing. Just trying to get the light here. Still playing with the lights, guys. I gotta figure this out, but it's a work in progress. Here is a classic one of him throwing his football when he's warming up. I think that was always like a cool photo of him tossing the pigskin. And, has anyone ever wondered like how hard Nolan could have thrown a football back in his day? Like, I think I was seeing on Facebook somewhere that the one guy in the current combine, or I don't know, one guy coming out of college this year can throw a football 71 miles an hour, which to me is just incredible. I don't know if that's, I don't know how truthful that is, but that's like the fastest one they've ever recorded. But I know some of them can really zing it. So, and since it is Super Bowl Sunday, thought I'd throw some football in there. But there's a nice one to Nolan throwing. Here's another great one of his windup. Card number 11 of the set. I love that close up. It's just awesome. And then finally, for the 12 cards that are part of the set, this is the final one, but there's still more to show. So now it looks like he's like in spring training or batting practice. He just has the Texas Rangers emblem on the back there. So cool card. So that's all that came in this box. Those are the 12 cards that came in that box. But then on top of that, there was also a promo card, which I'll show now. And on the back, you can see up there, it says promo card. And then there's another card, which I do not have, but it brings in another chance for a Nolan Ryan like pack pulled autograph. And I'm not sure how that autograph card was distributed. I'm not sure if it was in that original box and you had a chance of pulling it, or if there was some other way. But they're numbered, and I'll show. I found a picture of one. I'll show it up here somewhere. But it's just another cool set from the 90s in which Nolan had a numbered autograph card in. So I thought I'd share that. So on top of that, there was also 2 postcards that Barry Colla produced, and one of them is a pretty classic illustration. So let me just show it. So it's got Nolan with a smoking baseball there, and all of his strikeouts and hatches on the wall. I love this. Like, this was on, I think, the 1992 Fleer card, and I absolutely love that card. That card is like awesome because it shows this picture, and I was like, that is just the coolest drawn cartoon of Nolan I've seen. So, and I think this is also on. I think it's on like a Diamond Marks, but I'm not 100% sure on that. Not 100% sure. But this is on at least 2 cards that I know of. And so this is like the official postcard, but just a cool cartoon of Nolan in a smoking hot fastball there. So there's that. And then finally, the second postcard is a little bit more of a rare bird and hard to get. But it's just like a postcard size photo of his of the promo card, but hard to get, especially in like really good condition. And again, I don't know how either of the postcards were distributed or how one could get a hold of them. But this one's tougher to get than the one with the strikeouts on the wall for some reason or another. But that is the Barry Colla collection. So again, I like that collection because of the different types of photography that you can see in the Nolan cards. I think it just takes you out of the box of normal there as far as what you usually see. It's not Donruss, it's not Topps, it's not Fleer, it's not any of those. So it's more along the lines of kind of like Stadium Club before. Well, Stadium Club was out by then, but it's just a cool set of cards that I don't think a lot of people know about. At least if you're not in the Texas area or California area, because it looks like most of Barry's work was at first in the California region, and then in 1985 he expanded up to the New York Mets organization. So I don't know if larger venues or larger cities had his stuff, but I don't recall ever seeing that kind of stuff in Pittsburgh. Not that I would remember, or was really looking for Barry Colla work when I was 11 years old. But I would have. I was definitely looking for anything Nolan Ryan at that point. So I never saw it. But again, there was no eBay back then. There was no Amazon back then. There was mostly just department stores and little corner stores, if you will, where you could pick up cards sometimes. But that's all I got for you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you guys think of that Barry Colla collection, whether or not you've ever run into him when you were a kid, or if you know more about it than what I've told you. That would be great to know, because I'm just trying to learn about the cards and stuff like that. So hope you liked it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you at the next one. Thanks. Bye.